today.
Getting started, you want to grab yourself about 2 yards of knit fabric. And before we get started, I want to give a big shout out to Art Gallery Fabrics. They hooked us up with the fabric for the video. Turned out being super soft and perfect for leggings. I definitely recommend checking them out. We'll have the link in the description. And other than that, they're just a great company and have quality fabrics. You'll need a 1/4 yard of ribbing, and this is actually optional because we're going to show you 2 different ways to put the waistband together. And lastly, you'll need your pattern, and this pattern is available at ProperFitClothing.com. The link is in the description. It comes in a bunch of different sizes and also different styles. So if you want high-waisted, regular waisted, shorties, capris, bike pants, it has it all. So getting started, go ahead and pin or trace your pattern onto your fabric and cut it out. And you're gonna wanna end up with 2 identical panels. And for sewing super stretchy fabrics like these, you're gonna wanna use a zigzag stitch because this is gonna allow it to stretch and not break that stitch. Or the second option is to use a serger, and that's what we're gonna do for the video, but either one will work. And sergers also cut the fabric so you have a nice clean seam. So with the right sides together, go ahead and sew that inside seam on the back arch. And again, you can either use a serger or a zigzag stitch. And on the opposite side, go ahead and sew the other arch. Now that you have both of those arches sewn, go ahead and pinch it from the middle and flip it towards together so you line up the seams at the bottom and the top. And from here, you can already see the leggings start to form. So you're gonna wanna line those inside seams up so that way we can sew along that entire bottom edge, and this will create the actual inside seam. And I like to start at the middle so that way it stays lined up, and then you work down one leg and then you go back and do the other leg. And now all we have to do is finish off the bottoms and the waistband. And there's actually 3 different ways to do the waistband. You can either use elastic, ribbing, or the same fabric if it's stretchy enough. And we're gonna show you, so if you're using ribbing, you're gonna wanna make it a little bit smaller than the actual measurement of the waist because you're gonna wanna stretch it to fit, and that way it cinches around your waist nice and tight. And it really depends on the stretch of your ribbing. And for this video, we're gonna actually use the same fabric, but it's super stretchy and just really nice and soft. So what we're gonna do is make it about 1 inch to 2 inches smaller than the actual waistband size. And then we're gonna sew that together and fold it over. So for the height, you're gonna wanna double the size because you're gonna be folding it over in half. So go ahead and take that waistband, place the right sides together and sew just that edge. And it's gonna be the same if you're using ribbing too. So don't worry if you're using ribbing, it's gonna be done the exact same way. And then go ahead and flip the right sides out, roll it over so that way you have nice edges on both the inside and the outside. Now with your leggings turned inside out, go ahead and place the right sides together and line up the back seam with the seam you just created on the waistband. And since it is smaller, you're gonna have to stretch that waistband to make it fit, but go ahead and sew all the way around that waist. And this is where a serger really comes into handy because it cuts all that extra fabric off and leaves you with a perfectly clean edge that you're not gonna feel on your waist. If you are looking to upgrade to one, I do have a link for this one that we're using in the description. It's the cheapest one I could find and it actually performs very well. I highly recommend upgrading to one if you're gonna be working with knits a lot. And now for the leg openings, it's super simple. All you have to do is roll over that edge and then stitch around it. And we're using a cover stitch, also another machine dedicated towards knits. But if you don't have that, go ahead and just use a zigzag stitch. I just like to show you these options to take your sewing to the next level and make it look super professional. And there you have it, your leggings are complete. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment, and we'll see you next time.